Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Hi there, guys. This is going to be week 2 of the recap featuring Erika Gallagher, aka Grateful Hoop Mama. I'm just going to get right on into it. First things first, I'm Marillis. Ha, JK. We're going to get started by doing a recap of the tracer exercise that we did. So, first things first, this is my left hand. It is spinning counterclockwise, statically, meaning my wrist is staying at my belly button, and my right hand here is going to scoop up underneath. Now, when we feel the base of our palm, the top part of our palm, and the lowest point of the negative space hitting this as we're spinning it statically, we're going to take this right hand here and we're going to float it up, stealing the hoop, our left hand moving out of the way. From here, our left hand's going to reset, and it's going to ride the wave now. Down, stealing the hoop, resetting, replacing, riding up, stealing, resetting, riding down, stealing, resetting, up, steal, reset, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom. Cool. Moving on, we started talking about footwork. First things first, I like to first talk about walking. I know it's a weird concept to talk about, but as hoopers and just human beings in general, when we're not conscious about where the movement is in our feet, and this is super important for me as well because I'm a big upper body guy. I do a lot of upper body things, but I'm not really a big footwork guy. Working with a woman named Nikki Casciato really changed my entire perspective of it. This is actually a practice that she inspired and instills in me that I do every single day, and that is with walking. But when we're not conscious about it, we really bring all of our energy into the center of our foot. But if you think about the concepts of walking and just the concepts of our feet and the mechanics and purpose of these feet, there are 3 parts to our feet, which is the heel, the center of our feet, and then the balls of our toes. Yeah? And I'm just going to take a simple step into the camera here with my right foot. Notice how my heel comes into contact with the ground. Here, let me scoot up so you can see what the mechanic of my other foot's doing. As I roll on to that right foot, I want you to notice how my heel on my left foot leaves, and there's this push and pull that's happening, okay? Now, as human beings, when we're not conscious and our shoulders are hunched over and we're looking at the ground, I want you to notice the difference in walking as I walk past the camera, okay? This is just me every day. Coronavirus 2019, okay? This is me saying, it's a beautiful day. There's a difference between being pulled in the world and being pushed. And that makes the difference. So I also want you to notice, even with this training, as I apply pressure on my right foot, going from heel to balls of the foot, I find this balance, this heel-toe moment, which is honestly a really cool posture. But do you see how I'm kind of falling over a little bit? My back leg's a little shaky. This is still hard for me, but this is a great practice to have balance, coordination, agility, and how you can influence it into your flow. Another good practice that I learned from my football days, and if any of y'all are workout junkies, y'all understand the importance of plyometrics and calisthenics. But if you have hula hoops or any type of chalk, drawing circles on the ground, this is really important for agility, because another thing too that hoopers like to do is spin in circles. And what happens when we get ahead of ourselves is we start to spin on our heels, or our shoulders over-articulate and they're going faster than our feet can catch up with, causing our bodies to get out of whack. Understanding calisthenics and practicing basic hopscotch pretty much with your hoop and certain tricks with your hoop not only help with your pacing, but it helps you keep your posture in check, and it keeps your feet under you, so it makes you quicker, more agile, which always improves your movement as well. Just to kind of give you an example of an exercise that you can do, I mean, you can go old school hopscotch, right? Right foot, right foot, hit. Right foot, right foot, hit. Going backwards, but finding that pacing in your body, yeah? But some more advanced ones is literally going right foot in, left foot out, right foot out, left foot out. Going on a diagonal. Left foot in, left foot out, right foot out. Forward. Right foot in, left foot out. Right foot out, left foot out. Okay, now we're gonna go all backwards. This is gonna be hard for me. Boom, 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 boom. But then you get a little bit faster. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 boom. You start to see the circadian rhythm that happens in your body. Because you'll notice when you watch back that final speed that I'm going, you'll notice that I'm doing these little stutter steps, and that's just so that my body can keep up. It's something that just happens naturally. You don't even have to think about it. Moving on, we get to the actual part of hooping. And the very first thing that we do is the basic sustained spinning. Fun intro to sustained spinning, but we're keeping our hands above our heads, and as we bring the hoop down, matching our rotation with the speed, giving this illusion of a floating effect, we're gonna squeeze our shoulders, push forward, and hug our imaginary 2-foot friend Steve. Hey there, little guy. Now, as we're in this position and we're talking about sustained spinning, the human body itself is square. And so when we dance with the hula hoop, the 4 points of our square, our hips and our shoulders, are usually the focal points when we're hoop dancing, right? Makes sense. So when we're sustained spinning and we're creating this illusion, because that's what it is, or a floating effect, we have to cheat our bodies to align with the shape of the hoop. So as we're holding on to our two imaginary friends, Steve, notice how the back of my shoulders are rounding out the back of the circle. To transfer that, we're going to use our hands here, our lucky ducky thumbs, causing tension in the inside of the hoop, and we're going to push back onto the hoop, opening up our chest, lifting up our sternum, rolling our shoulders back, and bringing our palms up to the sky. Now, as you notice, it's creating a diagonal line, and the hoop's a sad hoop right now. But sustained spinning is the name of the trick. Right now, momentum is not on our side. We're just learning the technique of what our body mechanics are doing, because even if I don't move at all and I start to spin, notice how the hoop naturally lifts onto my body. So spinning will help, but understanding the technique first and getting that down. We'll go over that later. From here, transitioning back from chest to back, we're articulating our wrists down. We're chicken winging our elbows. So right now my elbows are facing the floor. My elbows, think about like bringing out your guns. Think about like pulling out a strong arm. Your elbows don't necessarily have to reach outside the hoop, especially if you have a bigger hoop, but try to get as tension inside those hands as much as possible, because that tension transfers the hoop from inside to outside, to the point that if you can get a good hold on tension, your hoop doesn't have to be a sad hoop, and you don't have to do any spinning to keep that sad hoop in check. Moving on from there, we started playing around with going on body to off body. And all we did there was when you were hugging your friend Steve and you're transitioning from your chest to your back, your left hand here is going to articulate down and going to grab the outside of the hoop. Your right hand, as you begin spinning, is going to reach over and tap your left shoulder. As you're tapping your left shoulder, your left hand here is still having the hoop gripped, is just going to hold that grip as your right elbow lifts the hoop up and over your bodies. The final thing that we covered before I moved it on to Erika was an intro into head stalls, which look a little bit like this. And all we did was we started that with a backwards escalator, and I lied to preface that my weight is in my left foot. I push out on that backward escalator, and as the hoop folds back to the back side of my body, I'm going to transfer that weight to my right foot. Okay? As that right foot happens, I'm going to turn from my ribs like we did in week 1, and I'm going to turn out towards the camera, causing tension in my right forearm. As soon as I feel the hoop hit the nape of my neck, I'm going to initiate my spin. And it's the same way that we do sustained spinning to get it on your forehead. You literally bring your sternum up and bring your eyes to the sky, and that will transition the hoop around. Thank you guys for week 2. I'll see you guys next week. If you guys would like to leave a lovely donation for me and Erika, it would be much appreciated, though it is not necessary. Again, much love, happy hooping, and I hope you enjoy.